What's up everybody, Chase here with Everett Chevrolet in Hickory, North Carolina. Today we have a 2026 GMC Terrain AT4. This is our first AT4 that we have received, and we just received a few of our Denali trim levels in the Terrain, and I wanted to take a minute and go over some of the core features with you. Now this is my favorite GMC compact SUV that they make. It's actually the only one that GMC makes. And if you're like me and you believe that vehicles don't need to be as large as they are, this is perfect, this is comfortable, and it's agile. Starting off up front, what makes this AT4 an AT4 is obviously the AT4 red recovery hooks, and then you have a big steel skid plate underneath. And then of course you have your famous GMC headlights. So these actually wrap around and they'll go into your LED fog lights. Those fog lights are gonna help you see better while you're off-roading or you are in inclement weather. It's actually gonna reduce a ton of road glare rather than using your brights. Now around here, you're gonna see these awesome all-terrain tires. They are actually grabber tires from General Tires. These go around your 17-inch wheels, and this is an all-wheel drive car. Of course, it's an AT4, so it is focused on getting you where you need to go. That sends all that power from the all-wheel drive system to an 8-speed automatic, so you don't have to worry about a CVT. You actually have 8 real gears in there, and that is powered by a 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder motor. Now the AT4 Terrain is actually missing out on a factory lift. Now where you might get a GMC Canyon or a GMC Sierra with the AT4 trim, you're gonna get an extra 2 inches of lift that's covered from factory, that's installed by factory. You're not gonna get that here, but you still have plenty of ride height and plenty of room for your wheels to move around. And what you are gonna get is a black roof rail. You can attach your roof racks up here, any accessories that you might want. This is gonna be your off-road and outdoor enthusiast best friend. Now we're around back. I wanted to take a minute and show you all the storage that you're gonna get in your cargo area. And this car does come with a spare tire. Like a lot of new cars do not these days. You actually have storage right above your spare tire, and you can easily access it from here. We're on the inside of the GMC Terrain, and the first thing you're gonna notice is just how comfortable these seats are. These seats actually have 2 different materials on them because they are heated, and you actually get your AT4 trim along your headrest. Other than that, it's not really obvious that you're in an AT4. What is obvious is that you are in a GMC. What you are gonna notice is this 15-inch GMC premium infotainment system. So with that, you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both wireless. Of course, you get access to your cameras, and you get hitch guidance because each AT4 and Denali trim is equipped with the max trailering package. Now, interesting to note that your all-wheel drive models like this one can tow upwards of 1,500 pounds, but your front-wheel drive models can only tow 800 pounds. They're down on power, they have less torque and horsepower, but this one is up on power, so if you're the one who demands that kind of power or off-road ability and extra torque, get the all-wheel drive version of the GMC Terrain. And you cannot count out your Google Assistant. The Google Assistant on here is hands-free. You can actually speak to it after you set up your Google profiles, and then it's also gonna save your custom driver profile settings. So anything from your sound preferences, and speaking of sound, you're actually gonna get active noise cancellation. So the speakers are gonna work for you rather than against you. It's gonna have an internal microphone that's gonna cancel out any extra road noise that you don't want. Beyond your infotainment screen, you actually get a really large 11-inch screen that is your driver information center. Now you can customize whether you wanna see the maps or look at your gauges. It's actually totally intuitive. And beyond that, you have your regular GMC steering wheel, which is perfectly fine. You're gonna have your sound control levels right here. You can skip your songs on your back, and then you can actually use paddle shifters to change gears if you would like. Another thing that's important to note is on your all-wheel drive models, you do get a snow and off-road mode. You just have to change those terrain modes over here with your selection button. It's actually quite easy, and you also do have a tow and haul mode. So that's gonna adjust any engine parameters and just make the vehicle run efficiently as it should for each situation that you're in. After you have customized your driver terrain modes and your driver settings with your Google profile, you can actually just set your keys right here and take off and drive. If you need to plug up any electronics, you have your USB-C port and a regular USB right here. If you don't wanna use wired charging, good. You have wireless charging right here beneath your glove box and tons of storage under your armrest. That about wraps up our video on the GMC Terrain, the 2026 GMC Terrain AT4. Again, these models are just rolling in. These trim levels are just rolling in. So we have a few AT4 and Denali trim levels if you are interested in the max trailering capabilities and the max off-road ability in some of these models. Our videographer had pointed out today that the GMC Terrain up front actually kind of looks like a little mini truck, very similar to our GMC Canyons, but actually just smaller than our mid-size. And I can't agree more. This thing gives a lot of rugged off-roadedness looks to it. It has a ton of usable features, and who knows, maybe GMC will produce a smaller than mid-sized truck and we'll have a little 4-foot bed in the back. But I have not read anything about that just yet. We can be hopeful that GMC or Chevy will produce a even smaller than mid-sized truck in a unibody format. That would be cool, much like the Ford Maverick or the Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, with regards to this AT4 comes in at only $40,490. To me, for a compact SUV that's with its purpose being intentionally built for off-road use and performance, as well as accessorize and add all your toys to this car, I do think that's a great starting price point for the GMC Terrain. Of course, it is the cheapest GMC that you can get on the market today. And if you are interested in something like this, come down to Everett Chevrolet. We'll hook you up.